So I recently started taking PrEP a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I take PrEP once a day, every single day.
Not yet, unfortunately.
So PrEP is medication that you take that prevents you from getting HIV. Side effects from PrEP for me, they were only at the beginning, only lasted, I want to say, about 2 weeks. And that was just like weird discomfort in my stomach.
I did. Ooh, I had an upset stomach, and I also had nausea.
For someone who's douched, like the weird discomfort in your stomach is not a new thing, but after that it's just been like taking a pill and not even realizing it.
Am I worried about any potential side effects? Kind of, but no at the same time. When I kept asking questions, but the doctor reassured me that it doesn't really do much.
How did I hear about PrEP?
I think I was at uni, to be fair. What, how long ago was that? Jesus, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
I heard about PrEP from clinics that I went to, and also friends that have also insisted that I get it.
And I went to get like the PEP, because I kind of had like a scare.
PEP, so post-exposure, and then there was PrEP.
At the time, I think it was still on trial, so I just tried to keep in a loop when it was coming back.
One of my friends who works in, I guess I'd say the sexual health part of life, or like helping with underprivileged communities, etc. He very much was how I like heard about PrEP. And then obviously my nagging friend was talking about it. And then he, with all the escapades, was very much just like, so 4 years later on, are you gonna get on it? And it was during the pandemic, you know, had no reason not to get on it. So then yeah, that's how I got on PrEP.
When I was a baby gay, I didn't know that there was many sexual health clinics for gay men. So I decided to Google them, search up if there are, thank God there are.
Sexual health information for me always started with going to the clinic because I started quite young, so it was like the safest place for me to go. They kept it like anonymous, so there was no one in my business. It was just me and the doctor, I could tell. And even then it was crazy because at the beginning I wasn't necessarily telling my doctor everything, but it got to the point where I was comfortable enough and there was that kind of security to talk to them consistently about whatever I was doing sexually.
I have used like online HIV testing kits and stuff.
So the world has changed for the better. These at-home kits, are probably the best thing ever.
So I do like the whole chlamydia, gonorrhea, like the swabs thing, and I send that off.
I would go to the sexual health clinic, but planning, going, waiting, oh my God, the wait time. And I was like young when I started going. So they kind of had to like see you quickly because it was like, you know, they're young, they might just leave, et cetera, et cetera. They wanted to make sure they always had someone for you to speak to. But the timings were not ideal. But when I found out that I could like request an at-home kit, and then I got my first at-home kit, and then I did it by myself. And then I sent it in and I got my results within like, I want to say less than 7 days. The world has changed for the better.
So coming from a South Asian Muslim background, where I used to live back at home with my parents, I couldn't really have home testing kits, so that was always out of the question because I didn't really have much privacy then. Now that I live by myself and I'm responsible for myself, I can either get self-testing kits and I don't have to lie about where I'm going to get tested if I am going in person. So yeah, my family was majorly the stopping cause for that.
So people who say that you should only use PrEP and you shouldn't use a condom don't actually take into consideration that there's a lot of times where you don't use a condom, and like we kind of all know that.
I don't know, I think the more protection, the better. Why just use condoms when you can use PrEP as well and actually protect you from HIV?
You get chlamydia, you can sort it out. Like having HIV is actually kind of like a really dramatic change in your life. So yeah. PrEP for the win, honey.
I think that's personally why I kind of want to get PrEP, because I'm like, at least I know I've got like that extra security against HIV than just condoms.
I just feel like I can be more comfortable having sex in general. I don't have to worry about the other person being negative or positive or undetectable. There's less anxiety that I used to have than before.